Yo, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another Last Clouded video. My name is DK, and I think I finally got the mic situated. We're about to do a test run again to see how the mic situation's going, but everything should be a little bit more cleaner. So with that said, we're going to be doing the Tails video. We just did the Sonic one, and that should be uploaded by the next like 10 minutes. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and dive into Tails here today. We do have a support unit along with Sonic. He does have some DPS. He looks like he's going to be an Earth type. We also do have an LR coming out with him as well. So we'll go ahead and start the video because this one's actually pretty short. Because since he is a support unit, we just kind of need to go over a little bit of things because he's very similar to Sonic as far as like the way the rings work. And like I said, not really much of a DPS. I love the art though. So I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I absolutely can't stand his animations. I think they are just really crappy. I think they could have done more with it, honestly. He throws knives at the enemies and it looks like something out of Mario Brothers, you know, that horrendous egg thing that would throw the knives from the blocks and they would always hit you in the throat. Yeah, no, I'm just not a big fan of that. But which actually gets on my nerves the most is that single bomb right there. That bomb just drives me insane. Also, the unit does not come with dual wield, so therefore that is the actual hit count at base. So 10 hits. You will have to attach dual wield to this unit, which is very, very unfortunate. I don't know. His autos usually don't get 18 hits on that. Yeah, I'm just not a fan of the animation, guys. The S4 though is nice. I do like the S4. Very cool, very unique. I kind of wish they threw in like an anime screen like they do with the previous units, but it's a pretty generic S4. Not gonna have a lot of damage, honestly. It's a special tree right there. So for the traits, we're gonna start with Tails here. Like I said, he is a really good support unit, especially, and I say really good because he's really good for people who are probably missing support units. So therefore, he's gonna benefit a lot of people. Honestly, Tails and Sonic are iconic, so most people are gonna go for both. At the end of the day, it really just becomes fan favorite at that. So you're gonna pull from if you like them. So even if you're probably a bad unit, you probably still would pull from at the end of the day, right? But he's not. I just don't like his animations. That's just my only gripe with him so far. So right now we have Sonic's trusty sidekick. We have battle start every 10 seconds. You give allies a 30% damage buff for the attributes of the weapons equipped by the unit. Now, for me, I kind of overthink things a little bit, and I'm like, so what if it's fire and ice? You get 30% per. I mean, potentially it's what it sounds like when it's red, but it probably isn't. Just overthinking it. So I'm sure that will be all figured out later on. It's not like that big of a deal if it is or isn't. Ring buff active every 10 seconds. You give allies a buff that boosts damage cap for the attributes of the weapons equipped. Again, by that unit. Again, two different elements, but I'm almost positive it's just going to be a 10k cap. I don't know what attribute they decide to choose. I don't know what coding that is. What would be really cool, because the way I read it is it says attributes of weapons, so it's 2 weapons. That'd be really cool if the cap was doubled. I highly doubt that's the case. Again, I might be overthinking it. But we'll see when it drops. I'm sure it's already been figured out, honestly. Mechanical Genius for trait 2. We have machine equipped, skill and special damage plus 25k cap, which is very nice. But no damage percentage, which I find that so freaking odd. Why he just got cap and no percentage. It's just really weird. Duration of buffs from unit active skills is plus 20%. Because he does do casting on some of his buffs that he provides for the team. We have every 5 seconds slightly restore HP of an ally with the lowest HP. So a little support there for HP, not bad. Moving on to his skills. Like I said, skills are awful for me. I just don't like any of them. We have his frontal long range earth. We also have his wide area, which is the bomb, which was my least favorite. And then the skill 3, which is his frontal long earth combo tech. Very just crappy animation in my opinion. Because honestly, once the animation gets away from the unit, it just disappears. It's just, I just don't like it. Special Cyclone, one of my least favorite ways of doing a special is attack one target followed by a powerful to all. Just not my favorite. So far Sonic is definitely winning in the DPS area, and again this one is built more for support. So for ring charge, very similar to Sonic, we have when you use a skill you get a ring buff. Ring buffs have a chance of dissipating when attacked, but he is a long range unit, so he will most likely be in the back most of the time. He does have a beast repellent, so that keeps enemies off him. More minus to what is it? Anyways, just try to keep enemies away from him. I can't think of the word right now. I'm brain dead. So you do lose ring buffs after 20 seconds, but just make sure you have your skill socks. If you're running what's it called, Keen Eye or Glass Record, of course you can keep the skills flowing so that you can have max rings up to 5, of course, and you get the 10k cap. So that's very nice to keep that that flowing with this unit specifically. And of course, don't let him get a lure. That's right. So you don't want to put any lure on him. You actually want to go minus on that, so that that's what beast repellent is, to keep enemies away. It finally just hit me out of nowhere. So ring recovery, when at least one ring buff is stocked. Same thing with Sonic, lethal damage. Use all ring buffs to survive with 1 HP twice per wave. Very similar to Sonic, or the exact same thing. Emergency rescue is different. We have when an ally takes lethal damage, he actually helps out your allies by restoring HP to 50% and giving them defense and M&D 35% buff once per wave. So that's really nice. So we also have mechanical tinkering, so continuous wall magic for the attributes of the weapons equipped. Again, it's really Adis' wording, but I'm sure it's one attribute. Unit only, of course, excluding non-attribute, because non-attribute is a non-attribute. No attribute is a non-attribute. So yeah, that the text of that is just really confusing to some people, but like I said, I'm probably just overthinking it. Aerial radar, we have Battlestar give all enemies an attribute weakness damage taken minus 20 debuff, so that's going to help you do more damage, especially with your allies that are with you. Again, more support there. Auto high magic barrier to help him with magic resistance. Just help you take less magic damage. We also have Mega Vitality Phaser. It's a phaser, so you will have to cast this, but it is a new one, so it increases ally cap by 3,000 and it recovers some HP. Machine Giga Boost, we have physical attack plus 20. He does have a piercing effect in there, but again, he's not really a DPS. I think really anything even 20% res is just gonna flop on it. He does come with some decent attack raises to help him out a little bit, but the biggest problem here is that he does not come with dual wield. So I definitely don't recommend running him single wield. He has no single wield support. So he does come with Heroism 3, Esocentric 3, Esoteric up, Magic up max. So he will be relying mostly on INT. And we have Beast Repellent to help enemies stay away from him. Skill Charge 2, Head Bash from Moonlight 2. It gives you a good chunk of INT at full health. So Royal Armor for those crits, Guard Vitals, Maglion for that damage, Decoy, Auto Metis for that MND. We have Auto Grand Aura, which is that nice little 35% to that INT. Auto Advanced Circle, Sharp Eyes to help with some damage. That's going to give him some damage. Of course, it's going to absorb his MP, but really MP is not an issue with him, as that's the only MP reduction he'll have is Sharp Eyes. Machine High Boost for damage, Earth Attack Raise 2, Long Attack Range Breakthrough, which I believe that's just damage cap. I forgot breakthroughs. I'm almost positive just damage cap, but if it is a percentage, great. Earth Attack Raise 4, awesome. Machine Buster, nice. He actually does come with a Slayer, so that's really nice. Thaumaturgy Ring, he should have came with Plus, honestly, but he only came with the base one. Stone Hands for some damage reduction, Maglin Shield damage reduction, Grand Fort Phaser, some physical damage reduction for allies, and then you have a Grand Brave Phaser, which most newer units do come with Grand Brave already, so it's kind of opted out. But the Grand Fort Phaser is really nice to help your allies stay alive. Honestly, for a PvE unit, I think he's gonna be just fine for that damage cap niche. For PvP, it's really, really hard to say. I just don't... because he does attack. The only thing you would do is probably refrain from attacking by using certain skills. But if he were to attack a counter unit, he would just get slapped. So these units don't really have a lot of, I don't know, survivability. But then they do at the same time. So I really couldn't tell you. Just by looking on paper, I just don't feel like he's that great of a PvP unit. But that's not where we're at here, guys. We're here for PvE. Majority of the community is highly PvE, with a small portion being PvP. So of course everybody will test to see how he does. I just don't see it being that crazy. So moving on. So skill set's nice. The Thaumaturgy Ring Plus should be there. They should have just went all out with that. He does come with some Slayers, so it's nice. So overall, it's a decent kit. A lot of support for the ally team. Moving on to his E6, which I'm so glad they're starting to do stuff like this, because the E6 is prior to this, which is so freaking boring. He has a damage duration. I mean, I'm going in order. Let's start out with the top here. So Machine Mastery, he gets 10% damage, 5k. So this is a lot where his cap's going to come from. So you're going to see a lot of cap from his E6. So it's definitely worth the E6 and spend the materials for it. So he gets his cap on his Machine Mastery. He gets a long range attack LB, which is you're most likely going to do it with this. So you're going to get 3k on that. And not use a single weapon. So you get Earth Weapon Breakthrough, which is damage cap. With only one weapon, you get 10k, 5k for when you hit attribute weakness on dual wield. So yeah, it's the same. It's just numbers on paper, just kind of throw you off. Physical weak point boost is really nice with 30% to anything that's weak. Of course, like I said, I feel like when you have a plus on resistance, he's gonna struggle. I think I pretty much know he is. Maybe like 30 and higher, he's gonna struggle. Hopefully, 15 to 20 should be okay, maybe, with some debuffs there. Duration of buffs from unit active skills is 10%, so he gets 10 there plus 20 from his straight, so 30. It's not bad. Damage taken minus 15. So his E6 is good. It's good. It's definitely worth it, especially with the damage cap. The arc is very good. I'm sure this is going to be used in PvP, so that's definitely two PvP arcs that we have here. This one, and of course, this is great for PvE as well, because you can lower that thunder resistance with the debuff. I believe it does stack with circles, and if you're running, what's his name, his charisma, Lennius, that'll help you too. I mean, and then of course the big Theo arc. And then you have Ray's debuff anima. So I mean, like, really, I'm sorry, you start to really appreciate anything with thunder or any kind of resistance downs, especially debuffs. So you could just stack that and make the enemy just even weaker to that element, and kind of go ham on it. So this is a great arc. Skill 3 max, you get an additional stock for skill 3, which is very nice. It's not our first time seeing this, but it's really nice. Actually, wait, skill stock 3? I think there's one arc that gives all skill stocks. I can't remember. It's kind of late right now, so my brain's a little wonky, but still irrelevant to what's happening right now. Skill 3 max stock 1, so very nice to get that. And then an INT 10% at the very end there. It's a great arc. It really is. So for learnable skills, we have Twister Attack. When defeating an enemy, get skill damage plus 20 deep buff. That's really good. Yeah, I like that. Chaos Emerald, every 10 seconds from the battle start, chance to very greatly restore HP. And you also get an STR 100% buff for 20 seconds once per wave. Really cool. Stone Rush, Earth Physical Attacks, cap 1500 plus. I mean, during a 50 hit combo. It's nice. It's niche, but nice. It's Earth though. I'm trying to think who's an Earth. I mean, we got Earth units that could definitely hit that easy 50. And we also have two-handed hammer boost finally. So when only one weapon is equipped as a hammer, physical attack and special damage 10% and 3k cap. It does come with Giga Slow and EXP up 2, but if you have a Granados friends or multiple Granados friends, it's irrelevant, because Granados is going to be the overall best EXP multiplier in the game. So he's still the GOAT on that, Granddad. So still, I guess it's nice to have. And I believe the last time we got that was, I believe, Persona arc. So and then you also had Chrome that had it built in. So if you don't have it, that's pretty good. Let me think here. Oh, you know what? I'm actually thinking of not thinking of EXP. I'm thinking of money. I'm thinking of Zell. I'm wrong. That's the wrong thing. Yeah, I'm thinking of Zell. Completely opposite thing. So yeah, EXP up 2. Like I said, Granddad takes care of that. I wouldn't even worry about that. Giga Slow, cool. We already seen it several times. But other than that, the last thing we're going to talk about here is the Tornado. Machine type, rarity 6, Earth attribute. It's my opinion, it's kind of sloppy. I don't really like it. As an LR, I think it should be more, a trait should be a little bit more deeper than this, with only 10% Earth damage and a continuous speed effect. I really don't care for it too much. But of course, the arc is really good, so getting this is just kind of a bonus. STR 228, defense plus 42, but no attribute resistance like the previous AER from Sonic's banner, and nothing for the status ailment resistance, which is, I find that so odd that it's such a lackluster trait, and then nothing on the ailment resistance. At least if you're not going to cover attribute, at least cover ailment. I feel like this is a big miss on so many levels on this piece here. But whatever, right? I don't even think we have that many Earth machines either, so that could be why they did it. I mean, at the end of the day, year 5, let's go. Let's get shit rolling. So, but anyways, guys, so it looks like that covers it. Now, the biggest question here is, should you pull, right? Of course, you're gonna go with your fan favorites. If you love Sonic, I feel like most people are gonna want Tails because they're a partner, they're a team. With that said, if you don't have a support unit, this is a great one. Has a lot of utility. Like I said, he won't hit very hard, at least from what I can see here. But potentially, but I'm not saying his caps are low in any way, but I just feel like when I say he won't hit hard, like I feel like he won't pierce through certain things. But I could be totally wrong. He could surprise me on the damage part. But overall, great support. I'm looking at it as a support unit 100%. I'm not really looking at him as a DPS because he is going to be very SC heavy, SCT heavy, no, SC heavy, sorry. So yeah, at the end of the day, it's up to you who you decide. Honestly, out of the two, I like Sonic the most. Out of the 2 arcs, I like both. I want both arcs. For me personally, I would rather have Sonic and both arcs, and I would probably take a step back from Tails. But again, I'm not saying Tails is bad. Tails is not in any way a bad unit. It's just I don't need a support unit. But who knows? Tickets might bless me with both. So again, guys, the way to pull here, you could always you always want to use tickets first. If you really want Tails, you can use your gems. If you are free to play, of course, gems are going to be the best option. If you're not free to play and you like to little lightly spend, the daily dollar 100 pulls, 100 paid are very nice. Like I've gotten so many units on the 100 pull daily, so I find it very useful, and I think it's worth it because considering the collab only goes for so many days. But with that said, good luck to everybody on their pulls. I'm glad to be back on Las Claudia's content again. And if you guys have any suggestions, please let me know in the comments below. You guys have a great night. Be safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.